chapter 23. So it says that Shaul continues to pursue David, and David was in Keilah, and there was a fight over there with the Plishtim, and David beat them. He asked the Tumim, and he got permission to fight them. And then Shaul was told David was there, and Shaul said, "Nikar oto Elokim biyadi." That's it. Now I know where he is. He's trapped. He's trapped by coming to the city of gates. Why did he come to Keilah? David messed up. Now I'm going to get him. So he summoned all his people to go to war, to go to Keilah, to go and get David. David heard what Shaul was planning against him, and he told Aviatar the Kohen, "Bring me the ephod. Bring me the ephod. Hagisha ha-ephod." This is the ephod, is the apron, covering of the apron garment of the Kohen. So what did he do? David said, "Hashem, God of Israel, your servant, Shama Avdecha ki mevakesh Shaul lavo Keilah shachet yedeh ba'avori." So Hashem, I heard that your servant Shaul, your servant has heard Shaul is coming to destroy the city on my account. Will the leaders of Keilah deliver me into his hand? Will Shaul come down here as you heard? Hashem, please tell your servant. And Hashem answered him, "Vayomer Hashem yired." Yes, he's going to come down.
This is David speaking?
Yeah. So what is he going to do? So Hashem answered him. He said, yes. David then said, will they give me over to Shaul? Will they hand me over to the authorities? And Hashem said, yes, they will give you over. You shouldn't stay here. So then David and his men, around 600 people, they left Keilah and they ran away. David went to where? The mountain.
So what, Hashem changed his decree because he knew? So if Hashem said...
No, Hashem said, meaning if you stay here, you're in danger. That's what he's telling him. So he ran away to the mountain, Ziv.
This is what, Nevuah? He had Nevuah?
Yeah, he had Nevuah.
Or something.
He used over here, when David did the Plishtim Keilah, so he consulted the Urim Tumim before, and now he's consulting the Urim Tumim afterwards. So the ephod is where the Urim Tumim were on. It was the breastplate was attached to this apron.
So he took it from Nov? He did it in Nov.
He took a Kohen with him. He took Aviatar, son of Achimelech. The Achimelech was a Kohen Gadol. They all died. His son who survived was Aviatar. So Aviatar had the Urim Tumim with him. So he took he said, "Pass me the Urim Tumim. I need to talk to the Urim Tumim."
He saved it because Shaul could have taken it.
Right.
In Nov.
So therefore, he used the Urim Tumim to find out if it's a proper thing to stay or not. So then he left. He ran away to the wilderness of Ziph. Shaul was searching for him, and Hashem didn't give David in his hand. So David saw that Shaul was going to kill him. Yonatan, Shaul, son of Shaul, came and he found David in the forest, and he gave him chizuk. He says, "Al tira, don't be afraid. He will not find you. You're going to be the king one day. Don't worry. It's a matter of time before this whole episode is over." So David stays in the forest. The Zifim, the people who lived in the mountains over there, they went up to Shaul, and they said, "David is hiding amongst us. David mistater imanu." He says, "If you want, you can come. We will give him to you." So over here, what's the story over here? The people in David's generation were righteous people. What are they doing giving over David's location? So good. So the Midrash says over here that there were many great Torah scholars in David's generation, but the soldiers would still be killed when they went to war. So the reason is because they had a lot of Lashon Hara amongst them. That's why the soldiers used to die. So then our Pasuk shows the Zifim, they approached Shaul, and they told him where he is. That's Lashon Hara. That's Lashon Hara. Why? Because you think about it, Lashon Hara is when you say something bad. What do they say something bad about? If you know that somebody is upset about somebody, and you tell them, "Oh, he's right here, you can go find him." So you're encouraging that he should do something about it. You're encouraging harm should go his way. So that's Lashon Hara also. That's Lashon Hara also. Yeah. So therefore, you see, the Midrash says that now we know why the soldiers used to die in the war, because they all had this sin of Yitzhara that they didn't work on. That whole generation didn't work on the sin of Lashon Hara. So what happened? So maybe they thought, oh, let Shaul catch David already. Let this whole scandal finish already. Why wouldn't they have Shaul chasing David? It looks embarrassing. Maybe they thought it'll be better if it's over. But at the end of the day, it's Lashon Hara. So then what happens? So then Shaul blesses them. He says, thank you. He goes, he starts looking for him, and he goes to the mountains of Ziph. So then Shaul and his men searched him, and Shaul went to the side of the mountain, and David was also on that same side of the mountain. David was running away from Shaul, but the Shaul and his men surrounded David. They were about to catch him. Then a messenger came to Shaul and says, hurry and go because the Plishtim are here. So in that moment, David got saved by the bell because Shaul was actually about to catch him. But then all of a sudden they said that Plishtim are attacking. So therefore they left. They let him stay there, and they dropped the mission in the middle to go fight the Plishtim. But then the Pasuk 24 over here, it says that David ascended from there. He got out of the mountains of Ziph. He went to En Gedi, this place called En Gedi, and Shaul returned after from chasing the Plishtim. So he said, now I know where David is, and he took 3,000 men to go find En Gedi. And over there, that's where the cave story is. Shaul was a very religious man. He made sure to only go in the bathroom in a place where nobody sees. He went inside of a cave within a cave, and to go to the bathroom. And David was also in there, and he didn't realize. And the pasuk says that David arose and stealthily cut a corner of Shaul's robe. Afterwards, however, David's conscience, Vayachlev David oto, David's conscience troubled him. Why did I do this? I shouldn't have cut it off. We're going to see that later. He could never be warm. The Torah says that he never could be warm because he disregarded and disrespected Shaul's robe. So then he.
That was a sign, no king.
Right. So that was a punishment for David cutting the robe. But at the end of the day, he cut it to show that, you see, I could have killed you. I could have killed you, and I didn't. So therefore, let's stop this whole thing. So over here is a couple midrashim that we have to talk about, and we're about a little bit before and a little bit over here. So he says like this. He says the Gemara in Sechei Yevamot, in Sanhedrin. I'm sorry, that when Shaul came to the cave, he went inside a cave within another cave to relieve himself. And even if he was alone with a cave within a cave, he still had his clothes on. So he shouldn't be exposed. He used the clothes to cover himself. And David said to Shaul, I'm allowed to kill you because you're a rodef. You're trying to kill me, so you're a pursuer, and I'm allowed to kill you first. But because of Shaul saw how modest he was when he used the bathroom, so he said, you know what, he's a tzaddik, how can I kill him? He's a very righteous man. So we see that that's why he took pity. He took pity on him because of his modesty. See how powerful tzniut is. Saved Shaul's life. And then it says also that in Sefer, if man dies without children, he has to do yibum. If the girl doesn't want to do yibum, so they do chalitza, right? You take off the shoe. So it says that you take off the shoe, raglo, from his foot. What's the halacha? If a brother's leg is amputated above the knee, so what should he do? So he should put the shoe on the stump. He puts the shoe on the stump. The chalitza will not be valid though, because it says on his foot, and he doesn't have a foot. So the Gemara quotes our pasuk because it says raglav. It says that Shaul was covering his feet, his raglav, and then what? Shaul was relieving himself. The term raglaim doesn't mean only his feet, because he was crouching. It means he was covering his thighs. So the Gemara learns from here raglav also means thigh. Right, so you see that the person who was amputee, he also can use the shoe on his thigh. But the point is that we learn from Shaul that raglav also means covering the thighs. So, in Hebrew they call it me raglayim, right? The water of the thighs, the water of the legs, the water that comes from between the legs. That's what they call urine. So me raglayim. Okay, so the Gemara Masechet Brachot says David was very righteous to spare Shaul's life, but he cut the corner. It was a negative impact. What was the negative impact? If someone dishonor clothes, he won't be able to benefit from the clothes afterwards. David the Melech was not able to get warm at the end of his life because of clothing. He needed somebody to warm him up. Otherwise, the clothing didn't do anything. Even though he wore many blankets on top of blankets, it didn't help. Even though David was permitted to kill Shaul, the Mishnah, Rabbi Eliezer says, Shaul, the mitzvah of tzitzit is what David saw. Mitzvah of tzitzit, and that's what made him feel bad for killing Shaul. Okay. Fine, good. but the commentaries also say over here is that where is this? We're in chapter 24. We're up to 24 already. But I wanted to say something over here. There's something interesting. So 23 and 24. So you people of Zif, right? They say Lashon Hara, and then we see that's the same story. How did the previous people find David? Doeg said Lashon Hara to Shaul, and you see this constant theme of the people making a mistake of speaking Lashon Hara, and that's what happens even by the most religious people. Even by the most religious people, a person has to be careful not to fall into the trap of Lashon Hara. As they say, the Charedim, they're very Charedi for the word of Hashem, to do ben mitzvot ben adam lemakom. But why aren't they Charedi? People say, why aren't they Charedi between adam lechavero? Why aren't they so meticulous to keep every single opinion, even by the laws between another person? So that's the highest test. The highest test to see if a person has really religious, how he treats other people as well. And then finally, over here, we spoke about modesty. We spoke about how David didn't kill him. But why is it such a big sin to cut the clothing off? Okay, he disrespected it. Now the robe, it's like bal tashchit, right? You cut the corner from the robe, you can't wear it anymore. So now it has to go to garbage. For that bal tashchit, so now he'll never be able to be worn by clothing. It's a little bit extreme, no?
Is that the sign?
And he was doing it for shalom. It wasn't bal tashchit. Bal tashchit is when you throw the robe in the garbage for no reason. He wasn't cutting the corner for no reason. He was cutting it to show, listen, I could have killed you and I didn't. Let's make shalom. He was doing it for the sake of shalom.
Maybe it's not the sign that like it happened with the last time that the jacket ripped and no more. That's like a sign.
Right. So you want to say here's the same thing. That sign of Shaul. That's it. Your kingdom's over. Okay. But the question is, so he didn't do anything wrong. It should have been a good sign. It should have been the right thing. So he says, they say like this. The commentaries say like this. He says that when a person causes disgrace, he cannot derive benefit from it. Meaning, if that's for mundane things, how much more so mitzvot? Means that when a person shows something disrespect, so that means automatically the rule in spirituality is now it cannot benefit from you. You cannot benefit from it, because for it to benefit from you, you have to be thankful for it, right? What do we say? Whoever wants to benefit from this world, you have to say a baracha first. If you don't say a baracha, it's like you stole, right? It's not yours. You don't deserve it, right? So what do we do when we say bracha? We say thank you to Hashem. We're grateful for it, right? But if you just take it for granted and you're not respectful for it and you're not grateful for it, so Hashem says it's not yours. You don't. It's not for you anymore. So therefore, the same thing over here. David HaMelech, we know he instituted 100 brachot. He's the one who praises Hashem the most. At his level, he should have shown a different way. He should have thought of a different way to make shalom with Shaul. And from the fact he was quick to disrespect the robe, so that made him lose this ability. Some say that he didn't have to cut the entire corner. He could have made a small cut that he could have fixed. Some say that there were tzitzit, and he cut the corner. Now he made the robe not valid for tzitzit. So therefore, he made him lose out that mitzvah. So therefore, that's why all these situations, he could not get warm from the clothing afterwards. But the point is that he could have done something else. He could have done something different. The Midrash says,
He wasn't supposed to wear it then if he had 4 corners.
No, so he had tzitzit. He had tzitzit and he cut the corner off with the tzitzit. So that's not what they're saying the problem was. Now we're going to see that David HaMelech gets out of the cave. He sees, the Midrash says that he saw an interesting animal over there, right? He sees that, like this. So David was walking outside and he saw a hornet eating a spider, the Midrash says. And a shoteh came with a stick in his hand and he shooed them away. So he asked, what's the point of a shoteh and what's the point of the spider and the hornet? The hornet eats honey and only destroys. The spider makes a spider web and never uses it. It's just sitting there, right? Maybe he catches a fly here and there, but what's really the purpose of it? And the shoteh bothers people. He causes a nuisance. So what's the point of them? Hashem told it because you asked these questions you didn't understand. There's a reason for them. You thought that there's no reason for them. I'll show you. I'll prove to you. You'll learn very good what the reason is. So then Hashem made it. Then one day when he was hiding in the cave from Shaul, Hashem sent a spider to spin a web at the cave's entrance. when Shaul saw this web, he said, "Oh, nobody went in here. This is a fresh cave because how could there be a spider web here? Must be nobody went inside." So he felt it was okay to go inside, even though he didn't know David was already inside. So you see how the spider web was useful. And then later in life, we're going to see that, or earlier we actually did it earlier, right? David made himself look like he was a shoteh, and that's why they had mercy on him. So you see that whenever a person says, "Why Hashem?" and "What is the point of this?" I don't get it. A person has to be careful. He has to not talk like that. He has always talk. There's a reason why Hashem is doing it. I just don't know yet. Rabbi, there's a level to get there. Hopefully I'll get there. But a person shouldn't outright say, if I don't understand it, must be there's no reason. Haz v'shalom, you gotta speak with humility.